Hey guys, Short Midget here. Check this thing out. So finally got an HPA thing. It's a pistol. I never really wanted to get an HPA like V12 or SMP or Polar Star or the Jack. I just wasn't a big fan of those engines, but I really like the idea of an HPA pistol or an HPA SMG. Maybe even a gas blowback, something CQB. Now I've heard, my brother's actually told me that having a line in CQB, it can hang up on things, but I've been thinking about it, and I just really want one for CQB. And if I play CQB with this, look at it. Okay, so this line comes underneath my arm, so it's not hanging out in any way. It's kind of coming under my armpit, especially when I aim. Now, when I aim, it kind of goes along my arm, so it shouldn't hang up on anything. So I should be totally fine with this thing. So yeah. First of all, this is my brother's. I'll go over the setup back here. So this is my brother's line and regulator. I ordered an amped line and an amped regulator. This is an amped line. It's just an American colored one, American flag colored one, red, white, and blue. And then the regulator that I'm using for my brother's is a Ninja. So I really hope the amped one gives just as much efficiency, I guess, as this one. This one I have set for 120 PSI, and it's very consistent. When I fire really fast, it stays at a constant PSI. I don't think the amp ones are as good at that. When you start shooting fast, it can't. The PSI can drop, not constantly every shot and then to zero. It just kind of fluctuates. That's what I've seen. Because I know somebody that has an amp regulator. But he was always running at 90 PSI with his Vulcan. So maybe 120 it'll be better. The tank that I have, I'll show you. I'll take this off. I have a sweet backpack here with this. So basically I can run around like the noobiest person in the world and drag that behind me if I want. So the tank is a Gorilla air tank. It's a 3,000 PSI. I have 2,000 left in here. Yeah, it's about exactly 2,000. So I have about 1,000 rounds left. I get about 1,500 shots off. About 1,000 to 1,500 shots off with the 3,000 PSI tank. So it's pretty good. That's fairly gas efficient. Again, 120 PSI. It's just under that. That's for cold weather outside. So when it goes into summer and it's like 75, 80 degrees out, I'll probably run that 110 PSI. But for the cold, you know, I'm playing airsoft tomorrow. Not sure if I'm going to a field or just kind of playing at a friend's house with like 10 people. Not sure yet. But I want to use this pistol either way. If I go to the field, they have free air fill, so I can play through half of the day with this tank and then get it filled up during lunch, and then get it filled up before I leave too, so I can come home with a full tank. I paid $30 for this tank from a friend because he wanted to get a bigger tank, and these are 40 new, and the reason why I spent $30 is because it has free air fill at the local airsoft shop till June this summer. So I have about 6 months left. No, 5 months left of free air. So that's cool. At the one field I go to, it's free air. But, you know, if I'm at home and, you know, want it filled up, it's like a 20-minute drive to that, 25-minute drive to the shop, though, which is kind of far to get the air filled. So, yep, I have 2 magazines. These are KWA, USPM. Keep wanting to say P226. USP compact magazines. I have 2 of them. They hold about 22 rounds each. They're good gas efficiency, metal feed lips. They're nice quality. They're way expensive though. The pistol here is a KWA. Now, if you guys don't know, I am not a fan of KWA. I've always hated their company, and that's because I've had a lot of crappy products from them. Half of them broken out of the box. Maybe not half of them. I got a lot of them used. Okay, so basically my first gun from them was a KWA M9. I got it brand new, $170 at a local airsoft shop. I had worked trap shooting. No, is that what? I'm not sure. I think I had worked that year for a job. I think it was trap shooting. And I went in and I spent, laid down a lot of money. And basically, out of the box, when I would go to shoot it, every BB would go straight up in the air. It would overhop. Basically, out of the box, the bucking was already swollen. Now, I'd use 36 gram BBs to combat that. Now, this was about 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago. So I was still a noob. I wasn't sure what to do. I took it in the shop, and the airsoft place was like, oh, it's totally fine. They ended up closing down. They didn't seem very good. There were a few people in there that were, you know, good, but when I went and took it in there, they're like, it's fine. They're shooting at a target like 40 feet away, and they're like, yeah, it's totally fine. And they probably were aiming down. They were shooting inside, and I don't know how you can see with .2s, they were just skyrocketing. I had these 36s. And the thing never worked, like hop-up wise. I ended up trading it to my brother and losing a lot of money on it because I was fed up with it. And then I worked trap shooting again. I think it was the next summer. I went out to that same store and bought a KWA USP compact. I spent $130 there. And basically 2,000 rounds later, I didn't ever field it. That was back when I never went to a field. We just played in the woods or just like friends' houses here and there. I never fielded it. Shot about 2,000 rounds in the backyard within about 5 months. I shot a lot. And then the same thing happened. The bucking BBs started skyrocketing. So then I traded away for a KWA M93R NS1. And that gun worked great because the bucking was different. It was an older style and it didn't swell. I ended up trading that to my brother because mags were really hard to find for that and I only had one. So yeah. And then my brother got a KWA MP9. It was junk. I had a KWA MP7. The body cracked. The hop-up for a while would shoot straight up. And I modified it a little bit. I actually soaked it in water. I soaked my whole gun in water, and apparently it took all of the nasty stuff out of the bucking. And then I used .25s in it for the rest of the time I had it, and it shot really straight. Weird, huh? So then I ended up trading that away. Yep. And then any other KWAs? My brother had a USP-C2, and I was actually messing with it, and the trigger snapped in half. Literally, the trigger just snapped in half. And I was like, how did I do that? I was just sitting here. So that's why you don't dry fire your guns. So that happened. And then this is the next one. Now, why did I get this? I got this for $50. The gun and the 2 magazines, HPA. And then I spent $55 shipped for a line and a regulator. Don't have it yet, it's on the way. And the tank I spent $30. So 135-ish, 145 I think. I'm not thinking about the math, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. It's around there for a full HPA pistol. It does work, and it needed a little bit of work though, and I'll go into that. So basically, what work I had to do, well, the slide did not lock back very frequently, very reliably. So basically, I took a file and sanded down the contact point on the slide and the slide lock where they touch. And then I found out with one of the magazines, it didn't lock back very well because the spring. So basically, I took screwdrivers and put them in there and stretched the spring, and then now it locks back perfectly fine. So I did that. The other mag locked back perfectly fine. So I did that. So now it locks back reliably. Now it was struggling loading BBs. Probably one every 5 or 10 rounds. Basically, it would jam, and the slide would not go forward, and you'd have to tap it. So basically what that was the feed ramp. The BB, something in here, the feed ramp was jank. Well, yeah, let's go over that first. I did something else, and I'll show you that next. So basically, here's the feed ramp. This is a horrible system here. This hop-up system is not good. The KWA buckings are trash. But RETech does make, and I think Maple Leaf makes replacements. So I will probably get one of those as soon as this thing swells, because I'm sure it is going to. Although HPA is a dry gas, so you know it's not shooting any lubricant into this. So basically, what I did also, do not adjust your KWA hop-up pistol hop-ups with your fingernail, because I cracked my fingernail right there because I tried to adjust it. Sidetracked. So basically, this feed ramp here, I had to polish it. I took a Dremel and polished the sides off because it was grabbing onto the BB. None of that anymore. I did that, so that fixed the feeding. You just kind of gotta find out the issues and then fix them. You know, you can't just guess. I mean, I kind of guessed here and there. And then the spring guy here, I put a spacer here because there wasn't a spacer on here. I think OEM out of the box there, or not OEM, but out of the box from KWA, there is one there to give the spring more power. Well, with this one there wasn't, so I made one. I literally took a Dremel plastic and just dremeled this thing super thin so that it can cycle properly and fit over the spring guide. So as far as FPS, I'm not sure. At 120 PSI with .25 gram BBs, I'm guessing it's got to be about 300 to 340 with 2.5. That's my guess. So I could be wrong. 120 PSI is a full propane tank power. So on a full propane tank, these things are supposed to get about 320 with 0.2s, or 2.5, sorry. I'm not totally sure. Range is actually really good on this. I think it's because the HPA is so consistent. It's not propane or anything, so it's very consistent. And my BBs are starting to drop at about 120 feet, so I'm actually going to field this by itself. I want to have fun with this. I want to run around. I want to be Rambo. No. I want to be big. I am big. I want to be who I am. I just want to run around with these 2 magazines and just have some fun. I just want to have some fun. I want to get up close and personal with people. I want to be in buildings, but I also want to charge people. I want to sneak up on people. I want to be able to like stay still and wait for people to come and then shoot them point blank. No. So yeah, I may go to an airsoft field tomorrow. I may go play with some friends, but I really want to go play. And I'm going to take this, and I don't think I'm going to take any of my other guns, to be honest. I may take another one of my pistols, but my AG DSG is not up and running. My CQBR, waiting for some parts for it, and ECU specifically. That's the only thing I'm waiting for right now. I think I said that right, English. So I'm waiting for that, and then my MP5 works totally fine, but I just really don't want to use it because I'm waiting for a battery for it, because I don't want to use my M4 battery that's zip tied to the M4 stock, put it in my MP5 stock. So I'm waiting for a brand new battery from Hobby King in 11.1. It'll just pop right in the stock fine. And then I'm actually waiting on 2 11.1 single stick 1200 milliamp small LiPos for my DSG. So I'm waiting on LiPos, I'm waiting on HPA rig, and an ECU for my DSG. So waiting on a lot of things. So hopefully by next weekend I can have my DSG videos come out. I won't go over my new line of regulator because that's just not really needed. What else? May go over the ECU. The LiPos, I won't go over them. I'll just make videos of my DSG and show you the batteries, the 2 batteries, and then the MP5 one I had. So you probably saw that on one of my videos. It's a nice battery. On one of my videos I said I got it for the MP5 and it actually fried. When I got it, I charged it up and it only worked once. So Hobby King said they're sending me a new one. So let's go and try this. Sorry for the wait, guys. 120 PSI. There's no ammo in here, so I'm going to hold the slide lock down. Slide lock, let's see the lock back. So it locks back pretty reliably. It's probably not grabbing as high as it should be, but it's pretty high. I'll accept it. With this mag, it locks a little bit better. Anyways, so that's it. That's my HPA pistol. I'm really loving this thing. It's super light. It shoots pretty dang hard. I'm guessing 320 with .25s, which is pretty hard because it's so consistent too. And I can adjust the PSI. I can put this to 150. When it goes to 160, the regulator doesn't like it. But my other regulator may be able to go up to it. But 160, that's getting up there to CO2 of PSI. I don't want that. I want 120. Even in the summer, I may use 120, and this thing is going to cycle fast. So, if you have any questions, comment below, guys. That's it. I'm going to have fun with this. See you guys later. May have gameplay footage of this. Hopefully, I won't upload it tomorrow probably, but I may be at a legit field. I may just be at a friend's house in the backyard. So, not backyard, but like land. So, see you guys later. Peace.